question for you, my friends. What is the difference between a vocal coach and a voice teacher? I find they do different jobs, and I tend to do both. So welcome to today's video. Hey, it's Serene Vocal Studio. Today we're going to learn the song I See the Light from Disney's Tangled. This is the book that I'm working out of today. I will link it below if you're interested. It is called Disney Songs for Singers, 54 Favorite Selections, and it's the high voice edition. This book has, look at all those. So many. It has everything from Beauty and the Beast to Bella Notte to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo to Go to the Distance, God Help the Outcasts, I See the Light, Let It Go, Le Poisson, Once Upon a Dream, Part of Your World, Proud of Your Boy, Reflection. There's a ton in here. This is a great book if you're looking for a book to match a lot of ages or people who just love Disney in general. So let's get to it. Make sure that you're warmed up before you start singing this song. I have a ton of warm-ups kind of at the beginning of my channel. You can go check it out. I can link some below for your pleasure. And let's get into it. We're going to start. All right, so this song is technically a duet. So first is the female voice singing All Those Days. 1, 2, ready, and all those days watching from the windows, all those years outside looking in, all that time never even knowing just how blind I've been. So that is technically the first verse. Make sure you don't sing it with too much impact. It's the beginning of a song. You want it to start out kind of small, and there's a lot of rests happening, so make sure you take those breaths with the music. The music is written beautifully to really tell a story with the lyrics, right? So if I sing 1, 2, ready, all those days, and I did not do a great job on all, but really make sure you hit that note right on. All those days watching from the windows, all those years outside looking in, breathe. All that time never even knowing just how blind I've been. On all those days watching from the windows. I would take a breath after days, but then do watching from the windows. Don't take a breath in between watching and from. It is kind of like a lift, but you do not breathe. It's a little bit of a decrescendo right there. And then you go into all those years, breathe, outside, lift, looking in, and then breathe on that quarter rest. All that time, make sure it's nice and ah space, all that time, nice and light, not a lot of vibrato, never even knowing. Now on this part we have da 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 da. It's eighth, 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 quarter, quarter. If you're not familiar with music notes, eighth, 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 quarter, quarter. The eighth notes are faster, da 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 da, quarter, quarter, which means slower, slower. Make sure you don't put too much weight on those eighth notes. Make sure it's nice and light, never even knowing. And you almost want to think about pushing them a little bit. Don't, if you hold on to the eighth notes too much, it will feel plotty and slow. Okay, let's go on to the second verse. Now I'm here. Now I'm here, breathe. Suddenly I see standing here. Now, standing, I did it very chorally, but because we're in Disney, we don't want to do too much standing happening, darling, not too much. We want to do a little bit more of that space in standing. Standing. So have the space, so it's not standing, standing, but have a little bit more of that space in standing here. It's oh so clear, and you're building and building, building, and it's a little bit of a crescendo through this part. I'm where I'm meant to be. Now watch out on I'm where, because that is an octave, meaning it's 8 notes. It's a very big leap of notes. I'm where I'm meant to be. don't like slide into it or scoop into it. That would not sound pretty. I'm where I'm meant to be. It's like when you do that, it turns into the wrong character for this particular character. We want to keep the Tangled character within the Tangled character box, right? We're not switching over into like Cruella de Vil or something like that, right? Here is our chorus. 1, 2, 3. And at last I see the light breathe, and it's like the fog has lifted. So in the chorus, we have a bunch of different rhythms from da-da, quarter, quarter, hold, eighth, hold, 2, rest, and it's like the fog has lifted. I would recommend singing it, like speaking it and clapping it with the rhythm if you're unsure of what the rhythm is, okay? Here we go. Second part in the chorus, and at last I see the light, and it's like the sky is new. And at last I see the light, and it's like the sky is new. Breathe. So in that section, and at last I see the light. Breathe. Don't breathe in between any of those notes. If you need to take a breath, or if you feel like you need to take a breath, practice holding out your breath for the amount of time that you need for this phrase. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 counts. Ooh. That was it. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can totally do it. It's only 6 counts. You got this. And at last. And at last I see the light. Breathe. And it's like the sky is new. 2, 3, breathe. And it's warm and real and bright. And the world has somehow shifted. Now on this shifted, we do quarter, half note, off. Let's start, and it's warm. 2 and 3. And it's warm and real and bright. Breathe. And the world has somehow shifted. Off. Hold. 2, 3. Sing all at once. Everything looks different now that I see you. And then we have an interlude before the male voice comes in. Yay! Now, if you are a female singer and you just want to sing the whole thing, it's totally doable. But guys, this is your time to shine. Now, if you were a male to sing this, you would sing it down here. All those days. Right? But since it is actually still written in the treble clef, I'm going to play it in the treble clef. If you're a guy singing along, you can sing an octave lower. No big deal. And ladies, you just stay with me. Stay with me. No big deal. Here we go. And we've had a key change. 1, 2, ready, and all those days, breast chasing down a daydream, and I hit the wrong note. All those years living in a blur, breathe. All the time, never truly seeing things the way they were. Rest, rest. Now she's here, shining in the starlight. Now she's here, suddenly I know. If she's here, it's crystal clear. I'm where I'm meant to go. Now I'm going to go back just a little bit to talk to you about all that time. All that time, never truly seeing, never truly seeing. Here are those quick eighth notes again. Don't drag them along, move them, push them, almost think about going a little bit faster. And then we have rest and a half. So then we go, never truly seeing things the way they were. Ready, go. Now she's here, shining in the starlight. Now she's here, suddenly I know. If she's right here, I'm where, it's a little bit bigger, and it's an octave. I'm where I'm meant to go, both. And at last I see the light, breathe. And then this is the male, and it's like the fog has lifted. Watch out on that male because it's a little different. And it's like the fog has lifted. And then we go back to both. And at last I see the light, breathe, female. And it's like the sky is new. Now it gets a little high right there. You can totally do this. This is only an E flat. Ladies, when you go from like an octave to an octave, from an E flat to an E flat, you really want to think, and it's like, let your voice transition, the sky is, think of a really big I with an U space, is new and an U space, and then we have both, and then we get into harmony right here. I'm going to do the top part first, and then we'll go back and do the bottom part. Here we go. 2, 3. Okay. And actually I said it was the top part, but really it's the bigger notes on my page. So when you have music like this and it's a duet, sometimes you'll have bigger notes and then smaller notes depending on if you're singing a solo or duet. But in this case, we're doing the bigger notes first, followed by the smaller notes, which are the harmony part. So think of these first notes as the melody, okay? And it's warm and real and bright. It's just so high. Open up your mouth, let it come out. Don't be afraid. Go for it, right? And the world has somehow shifted. And you have to give it a little bit more air right there so that you don't die, okay? And then on shifted, we have a slur into another note before we say Ted, right? Shifted. And I was going into a shifted, but I really think it would be better if you sang shifted, shifted instead of shifted. The is going to bring too much space and it will get lost. Let's go back and do the harmony part. And it's warm and real and bright. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. And it's warm and real and bright, and the world has somehow shifted. Even though you're lower, match the vowel of the person on top. Shifted. Right? Let's see if I can do it together. Here are the two starting notes. It's a little bit dissonant, but you can do it. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Page turn. So that's kind of fun. Shifted. Now we're going to do all at once. We still have harmony right here, but I'm going to break it apart so that you can learn it broken apart, okay? 2, 3, all at once. All at once, everything is different now that I see you. Now harmony part. All at once, everything is different now that I see you. Now we're going to do the last bit broken apart and then together. 2, 3, 4. Now that I see you. Bottom part. Now that I see you. Together. I'm not going to sing. You can just follow the piano. Are you going to take top? This is your note. If you're going to take bottom, this is your note. Now that I goodness. I would highly recommend finding somebody to sing this with you because the harmonies are just beaut and you will sound gorgeous if you practice. Now, I would say the hardest part would probably be when it gets to those higher notes in the second part of the song when the duet happens. Can I talk? Maybe not. I don't know. So I would say probably the hardest part is right here. And it's warm. Just open up your mouth and think warm, okay? 2. And it's warm. And really just let it echo and think of woo. Think of an opera singer right there, right? Nice and open and spacious. And don't cut off your air because you're scared. Cutting off your air means cutting off the sound, and we don't want to do that. And it's I'm scared, I can't do it. Ah, right? You have to turn on your fan to allow enough air to go through those stretched out chords so that you can have sound, right? And it has to be enough air to have enough pressure through those thin chords as when you go higher, your chords thin out, okay? 2 and 3. And it's warm and real and bright, and the world has somehow shifted, remember? But your lips kind of like this. Now, all at once, everything is different now that I see you. Lovely. I think we've done the entire song. Have fun with this. If you have any questions, please comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts on the song. If you enjoyed singing it, if you're struggling with those high notes, I believe I have a video about how to sing high. If I do, I'll link it below. If I don't, I will make one. Do you need help on singing high? I'm your high person. I'm a high note hitter. Let me help you hitting those high notes. Or singing. We're not really hitting them. Sometimes it feels like it if we're yelling the notes, but we shouldn't be yelling up that high anyway. So, have an amazing night. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you comment, I would love that. But if you comment, please subscribe because then I can keep track of you and reply to you and know that you are invested in this channel. Anyway, we are almost to 10,000 subscribers. Please be one of those. Join the family. Help me make it to 20. And I'll see you next year here at Serene Vocal Studio. Take care. Peace.